माझे गोवाय संसाराच्या शिमा पोरया हांवूय तुमच्या सांगाता संसार हो सोंपोवया सामार्याची ओस्तुरी संसारी सुखा सोदताली जेजून तिची तान ओळखून आत्म्याची तान बागोयली जेजू दर्शनून भोगून देवा पुताक ओळखूंक पावली जिवीत तिणें बदल्लें जेजूची ही गोवाय जाली समोर तिचो राखणदार सावलो तो तारसुसाचो जेजूच्या पाटला दारां पिडा पीड बुणकून दिवपाचो कित्याक म्हाका पिडा पीड दिताय आवाज आयकलो सुम्याचो जेजू दर्शनून भोगून जालो विदेशां गोवाय ताचो.
Dear friends, we have just watched a part of the theme song of the pastoral year. Today, we shall deal with the final point on the pastoral letter, wherein Archbishop Philip Neri Ferrand calls us to bear witness through media. He reminds us about the magnanimity of the influence media is playing during this time in giving spiritual nourishment to the faithful. In this presentation, we will go in a little detail about how we can practically be witnesses of Christ in and through media. Hence, our topic for today is witnessing our faith through media. Social communication has a great role in the church's mission. Communication is an integral part of the pastoral plan to contribute to virtually every apostolate ministry and program. We find this in the document Etatis Nove, number 17. Media should be used properly and can be of great service to mankind since they greatly contribute to man's entertainment and instruction, as well as to the spread and support of the kingdom of God. Inter Mirifica, number 2. The objectives of integrating social communication into church activities. Communication has the power to build bridges, to enable encounter, inclusion, and thus to enrich the society, says Pope Francis in his message for 50th World Communications Day. The unity and advancement of men and women living in the society, these are the chief aims of social communication, says the pastoral instruction, Camino et Progressio. So the church documents speak about how important the role of media is. But how can we use media to witness Christ? Before we say anything more, let us listen to what our friends have to say.
The world will bloom again. Change is inevitable, and the disruption it causes brings forth both inconveniences and opportunities. A family is a domestic church. During the pandemic, I have experienced more of it than ever before. An Evening with Jesus is a wonderful program comprising of short input sessions on scriptures, sacraments, adoration. Besides, I find time to spend with my children watching sessions for children and youth. Media has played an amazing role. However, we all await to receive Jesus in the Holy Communion. God's love is a
These are some experiences of Catholics explaining how they use and how media has influenced their lives. However, at the diocesan level, we have the Diocesan Center for Social Communications Media to help the faithful to be witnesses through the use of media. How do we go about with this role? You are not alone. The Diocesan Center for Social Communication Media is here to help. It is the official communicating organ of the Archdiocese that deals with communications media. It has something valuable to contribute to virtually every other apostolate, ministry, and program. It is like an artery that runs through the whole diocese. Let us watch this short video explaining in brief how the DCSCM, it stands for Diocesan Center for Social Communications Media, can help us to witness our faith through media. Now let us go into a little more details. How can we witness individually and in collaboration with and by the guidance of DCSCM? Media witnessing. Education and research is one field. Spiritual formation and pastoral care is another. Public relations and cooperation. Solidarity and integral development. Let us now go into each of these fields. In the field of education, Catholic schools and universities could offer programs and courses related to the communications needs of the church and society. DCSCM could plan and carry out programs in media education and media literacy for lay faithful, and the lay faithful on their part should participate in such programs. Creative artists and writers could reflect gospel values through different mediums for entertainment and education, especially through local alternate media. In Goa, we have theaters and other cultural programs. DCSCM could identify new strategies for evangelization and catechesis through the application of communications technology and mass communications and share it with others. We need to be open towards new technologies. The church strategies in the field of social communication must be based on the results of sound media research, which have been subjected to informed analysis and evaluation. It is important that communications research include topics and issues of particular relevance to the mission of the church in the particular nation and region involved, says Etatis Nove, number 32. Lay faithful could contribute by cooperating with any media-related research carried forward by the church. Spiritual formation and pastoral care. Lay Catholic professionals and others working in church apostolate or secular media look up to the church for spiritual guidance and pastoral care. A pastoral plan for social communications, therefore, should seek to offer opportunities for professional enrichment to lay Catholics, and other professional communicators. Lay faithful on their part should make a point that they participate in these enrichment programs. To offer pastoral care by communicating gospel values and authentic human values. The Second Vatican Council invited the people of God to use effectively advance the means of social communication, zealously availing themselves of them for apostolic purposes. We find this in Inter Mirifica number 13. This can be done through the telecasting of spiritual programs, Holy Mass, value-based videos, etc., on TV, radio, or online media. DCSCM produces a lot of spiritual videos as well as works in collaboration with different diocesan bodies, parishes, institutions, and individuals to produce such videos. Various TV channels such as CCR TV and other Catholic channels and online platforms owned by Catholics and like-minded individuals also work in collaboration with DCSCM whenever needed. Faithful who can contribute in any way to the production and sharing of such spiritual matter are always welcome. The use of such media for spiritual purposes will surely help us to grow in our faith and witness Christ in our daily life. Public relations. Public relations by the Church means active communication with the community through both secular and religious media. Catholic media professionals could contribute by building cordial relationship between the media and the Church, and support by creating a space for church-related information in the secular media. Involving readiness to communicate gospel values and to publicize the ministries and programs of the Church. It requires that we as Christians do all in our power to ensure that the Church's own true image reflects Christ. This we find in Aetatis Novae number 31. Cooperation. Cooperation involves sharing resources among dioceses, between dioceses, church bodies, parishes, other institutions, between different communities, universities, healthcare facilities, with the secular media and individuals producing content. This we find in Aetatis Novae number 30. Solidarity and integral development. Accessible point-to-point communications and mass media offer many people a more adequate opportunity to participate in the modern world economy, to experience freedom of expression, to create a proper public opinion, and to contribute to the emergence of peace and justice in the world. Aetatis Novae number 33. The Church offers formation to communications professionals and to the public, so that they will approach media with a critical sense, which is animated by a passion for the truth. It likewise acknowledges its duty to engage in a work of defense of liberty, respect for the dignity of individuals, and elevation of the authentic culture of peoples, which occurs through a firm and courageous rejection of every form of monopoly and manipulation. Aetatis Novae 13. A word of caution.
Precautions while using any media. We need to take the following precautions while using any media. We as Christians need to be on guard regarding all the news and information in respect to the Church, especially news that malign the image of the Church. While we should never be the means of spreading such information, it is also important that we defend the interests of the Church. Do not accept requests on social media from unknown people. Come what may, do not share your personal information until and unless you are sure about the person, and never ever meet up with them in real life. This may turn out to be a personal security issue if the person has bad intent. Be mindful of sharing personal information and photo sharing. Putting up loads of your personal information or any church related sensitive information on the internet or any media can turn into an invitation for negative entities to use and, more importantly, misuse it. Forward prudently. If a news item seems very sensational, revolutionary, or unbelievable, it is probably fake. Never forward a news item before verifying it if it is true. A simple Google search should be enough to reveal if that news item has been flagged as fake. Do not respond to cyberbullies. Do not be afraid of them. Think of them as anger-spewing machines. What can do you no harm? Block them and report them. Every mobile app or social media app has an easy-to-operate feature for reporting cyberbullies.
दर्शनून बघूया जेजूचो रूपकार जावया पुत्रा आनी कन्यानी मोगा सेवेची जावया भुवीत आत्म्याच्या बळान सगळ्या काळजीदारपणान घरांत गांवांत परदेसांत वचूया जेजू नांवान तुमी म्हजे गोवाय संवसाराच्या शिमा पर्यंत हांवूय तुमच्या सांगाता संवसार हो सोंपो